talking with famous people in this very exciting live stream entitled Let's Make Rice. That's right, there's somebody who wants fried rice, and that somebody is me. I think it would be a nice bed of carbs to put some meat from the pot roast on top of. Rice. It's a grain they like to eat a lot in Asia. You may have heard of it before. Rhymes with mice, but not made out of mice. It's very stormy out right now. We're getting some winds, a few sprackles of rain. Hello. Hello to you. Whatever your name says. I'll have to look at it inside when I get back inside. I just finished all the cartoons for the day. And with this kind of stormy weather, which I don't know if it looks as cold and stormy on the camera as it looks and feels in reality, but it's quite cold and stormy outside. The rain's starting to fall. It's an excellent day for some rice, some pot roast, a little short live streaming, maybe some TV before bed, then we'll just be back to bed, you know. On Monday, I get my Adderall prescription filled. It's kind of exciting stuff. And we've got a lot to do with this new house, but we've got a week of very wet weather coming up. So it's going to kind of delay our progress on that a little bit. I suspect. We actually have a flood warning from Sunday night through Wednesday. Can you feel the cold wind blowing? Does this site make you want to get cozy and make some rice? Sure it does. Now, rice is a tricky thing to make. Such a tricky thing to make that apparently women in certain Asian cultures on dating apps will put a picture of their rice maker. To show how successfully they can make rice. Thing is, I don't have a rice maker. My rice maker is named Eric. So, we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. Let's make rice the old-fashioned way. All right, sounds good. Sounds like a fun activity. Let's do it. It's still cooking? Yeah. I'm going to turn it down now. We put a dent in the pot roast now, so it can be turned down a bit. Sean Lang says, old-fashioned way. Boil it until it explodes. That's not the old-fashioned way. The place looks amazing. Thanks, Eli Lala. All right. So today we're going to teach you and everybody else the old-fashioned way to make rice. Okay? All right. So, what is the first thing you need to make rice? A pot. We have this one here. It's a nice pot. It's made in Belgium. Like waffles. Got the lid for said pot right here. We've got the pot on a burner, but let's put it on this burner here. And now we're going to need to put our key ingredients in for rice. Fortunately, rice has only 2 key ingredients. One of them is rice. One of the key ingredients in making rice is rice. So we're going to scoop out a level cupful of rice.
I'm grateful for your watch spot as
Thank you, darling. It's a little backlit, huh? Is that better? It's a little better.
yeah.
Okay, now that we put rice, ingredient number 2 comes. Ingredient number 2 for making rice is water. One cup of water. Two cups of water. Now, you take your pot with the rice and the water in it, and you have it do the thug shake. You want the rice to be all broken up and evenly distributed along the bottom. So break up any chunks or clumps you see. Alright, there we go. I've broken up the clumps. See, the water covers the rice the right amount. Now here's the next step to making rice. And you got to stand here while you're doing this, okay? You can't just walk away. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to very carefully, very gently, very lovingly, we're going to bring this rice to a boil, okay? And then once it comes to a boil, we're going to turn it down until low, put the lid on it, and cook it for 20 minutes, exactly 20 minutes. Then,
are asked to wash the rice.
no, I don't wash rice. I prefer my rice dirty. My theory is if rice doesn't have a little dirt on it, it's lacking in flavor.
I like that. It's kind of like potatoes.
Yeah. But I don't know. I've never was taught that by my parents or whatever that you wash rice.
No, me neither.
So I just never have washed it. Maybe
Hi, sleepy face.
maybe it's not a terrible idea to wash my rice. Who knows who's been touching this rice? You know, it's been in the cabinet for a long time. We could have had little elves or whatever coming around touching the rice, fondling each little ricelet on with their little elf hands. That's possible. So keep in mind, I'm not just making rice. Once the rice is done, I'm going to turn it into fried rice. And then I'm going to put a little bit of meat on top of it for me and Rachel each, and put the rice on the bottom. And I just get some meat out of there. I'm not going to get some other stuff like vegetables and stuff, or juice even. Just put some meat on top of it. And I think we're going to find ourselves entranced by a delicious meal.
Can I make a bowl of veggies for myself right now?
Yeah, sure, of course. You don't have to eat it this way, Rachel. You can put whatever you want on top of the rice. You got the rice as a side dish. It's fine.
Wow, I don't know how I'm gonna have it. I was planning on having it underneath the stuff that I put on top of it, meat and stuff.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you do what you want, obviously. That's fine. I was just saying what I was going to do for me. Figured you didn't have any preference. I just do what I did for me to you. But if you have a preference, that's totally fine. All right, so this rice is starting to get hotter. This is the reason for this is this fire underneath it. The fire we have is made out of propane. A lot of people, their fire is natural gas. Because we live in a rural area, we have propane instead. I'm not sure which is more expensive, but given the fact that our central heating is even on propane, probably natural gas would be a very expensive way to heat your house too. A long time ago, it used to be that natural gas was cheaper than electricity. So a lot of people switched over to various things with natural gas, but it's not that way anymore.
Why are you staring at me like that, Trouble?
So we got a little bit of a boil going on. But we want to get a little bit more of a hard boil than that. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. Where's the other thing? It's over there. Like that, dummy. And that one goes like that. I put it on wrong before. Okay. Now we're getting a pretty good boil going there. I want it to spread to the whole thing though, before I put the lid on. Alright, I guess that's good enough. Even though it didn't spread to the whole thing. We'll put the lid on and we'll lower the flame. So this is how low the flame is. I see that that thing is needs to be moved in the middle more. There. Yes, that looks about right now. Let's take a gander at the flames to show you how low it needs to be. But I need to put the timer on for 20 minutes.
I'm
Okay.
gonna be difficult and say you can make my dish however you like.
Okay. That's not really being difficult, but okay.
They keep on changing. So they say that women bring chaos. Do you think that's true?
I don't think
Right.
I don't think you bring chaos to my life at all.
I don't do either.
I think that's silly.
Yeah, whenever I heard it, it was like a YouTube video.
Well, probably by some red pillar.
I didn't find it that offensive. It was just like maybe in a pick a card reading.
The best part about losing a thumbnail is that you can gross out your employee by greeting him with a thumbs up. I heard the thumbs up. It won't bother you as much. It's a good idea, Sean Lang. Thank you for sharing that with us. It's a good life hack.
Yeah.
I slightly slammed Cardo on my thumb this morning. It hurts like Charles Dickens. Will I lose this nail? Probably.
Ow.
Probably, Ruben. Sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry to hear that too. Ooh, propane accessories. That sounds fun. I could work on that. Propane accessories.
I will say this, the stove, which is also propane in the house we just bought, is a nicer stove than we have here. It's got 6 burners instead of 4. It's all like fancy new stove looking, stainless steel and stuff. But I'm perfectly satisfied with our stove here.
Me too.
It does everything we want it to do and more. The other thing is, though, there is a toaster oven in the new house. I'm slightly kind of maybe feeling about bringing it back to our house.
Me too. You can use it for the bakers. Oh, I can't.
Right, you're not supposed to use Health Tube 2.0. I wrote a joke. Why was the stove a kinky sadist? It was propane. It's a good joke.
That is.
It's a good joke, KM Inc. Okay, so we've got just, less than 20 minutes to go before the rice is done. But the thing is, even after it's done, you turn it off, you gotta let it sit in the pot for a while. You can't rush rice, okay? It's one of nature's truest and most universal rules. You can't rush rice because it'll turn out bad if you try. You also can't rush a hard-boiled egg. You need to give it its full amount of time. You don't want to lose that nail. It's probably one of your top 3 nails. I'm glad to hear that, Ruben. I'm glad that you rank your fingernails. I know what my least 2 favorite nails are. They're the nails on each of my pinky toes.
Oh my god, I'll agree with you on that. I have to clip mine, and it's always so hard to get.
They're so small. They're too small to function as even proper tomorrow Kevin has to clean off the rice stuck to the bottom of the pot. Well, the thing is, if you cook it exactly right, you'll just get a little bit of that stuff at the bottom. just need to let it soak a little bit. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. I typically will clean the pot out, my pots and pans myself, rather than having Rachel put them in the dishwasher. But I will tell you this. As messes go, rice is not that hard to clean up. There are plenty of other things that are harder to clean up, like the crock pot. you just don't like the economics of it, right? Like, hey, how come I'm not getting to eat an entire cup of rice when I cook it? I have to only eat 9/10 of a cup of rice. I get it. That's a good cause to be concerned about rice. I'm gonna get a beverage before we go outside. I think I've had enough coffee today. I think it's time. Well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, as they say. So I'll have a non-alcoholic beer. Even though, really, realistically, it doesn't need to be 5 o'clock for you to drink a non-alcoholic beer. It's Riceognia, goddess of rice, obviously. I can't believe you didn't know that. Talk about ignorant. You are so ignorant.
This is me and this is you.
Oh, we're about to kiss under the starlit sky. How romantic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it either. Rachel seems to be genuinely enamored of me. That's a fancy way to say enamored with. Alright, you guys look sideways. I'll sit right here, very close to the phone, so that you can hear my every important word, but be saved from having to view a health tube, which could cause you to be negatively influenced because you're very, very impressionable. You could say that rice is like the bread of Asia. Of course, they also have noodles. So they got two primary starches in Asia. You got your rice and you got your noodles. Europe for a long time was all about the bread. So much so that in the Lord's Prayer, it says, give me some bread. Give me some bread every day. I wonder if it's translated into, like, I don't know, Korean or whatever. If they say, give us this day our daily rice. Do you think so? Maybe. Don't worry. We'll go back inside in a moment. I know it's a little cold out here. And I get that most of you are probably dressed for inside, so you're probably shivering at this point. A little bit of a slow day here today, but you know, it's a bit of a rest and recuperation kind of a day as well. So that's fine. You're going to keep manifesting that nail? I'm not sure if that's going to work for you or not, Ruben. With Kev counter manifesting you, you could be in big trouble here.
I'm having difficulty listing 5 of my favorite bands.
Well, did you put down Johnny already?
No, I didn't.
We should probably put him down.
Okay, so the Beatles,
Mm-hmm.
Johnny,
Mm-hmm.
LCD Sound System,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm stuck.
Well.
Oh, I want to add Fatboy Slim because I'm seriously impressed by his body of work.
That's a good idea.
Okay, and then one more. Daft Punk I love a lot too. I think Fatboy Slim has been really, he's impressive.
I mean, put down Daft Punk as your 5th one, I think.
Yeah? Is that too many dancey?
It's pretty dancey.
I mean,
in terms of like newish things, you like Saint Motel a lot. Of course, they don't have as big a body of work that you.
well, it's kind of like that for Fatboy Slim. I don't know all his songs, but the songs that I know I like.
Right. You have a fair number of Weezer songs you like.
Oh, Weezer should be on there, yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, now you have to look at me again. We've got 6 minutes left on the rice.
Ooh, it smells good.
Well, 6 minutes till we turn it off and let it sit there for a while. Trouble, of course, is sitting right in the way. Does Johnny count as a band? Yes. I think Johnny
counts as a band?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. I don't
Okay.
see why he wouldn't count as a band.
Alrighty. What was my last one? I forgot. Oh, Weezer, of course. Where's...
Recouping is when your chickens go on. You're full of jokes today, aren't you? All glory to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, not the other one, okay? Don't get him mixed up with Jesus Christ of Rio de Janeiro. You know, they got a big Jesus statue in Rio de Janeiro. I don't know if you've heard. It's called Christ the Redeemer. I think it's in Rio de Janeiro anyway. Maybe it's in Brasilia. Anyway, good for Portugal, right? Good for Portugal to have Brazil on its list of accomplishments. Otherwise, they'd be stuck with just Ronaldo. I can tell you do. I'm thinking you probably NE somewhere, front stack, probably.
Why can't I type? X.
Maybe because you broke your fingers.
Mine.
Okay, now, what we are waiting for is this. You know, Pastor Dean, I'm also a pastor.
Oh my god, my fucking picture that I took, I aimed it right at the fucking weed.
You should take a different picture.
I definitely should.
All right, Kevin, you're getting a wonder point for that one. That's pretty clever. I like how they celebrate coupon culture so strongly. I mean, Christ the Redeemer is a little over the top. Excellent work there. Frazavelli Summers. Fire. Hello, mate. Hello, mate. Wait a second. You're not my mate. This is my mate.
Howdy.
Yes, I'm the self-proclaimed pastor of God's Big Heaven Church, which promises a bigger heaven than all other manifestations of Christianity. So there's more room there. Like if you have to go to Catholic heaven, you know, it's crowded. They don't have Wi-Fi. They're still like in the dark ages, basically. They still type on manual typewriters. But in God's Big Heaven Church, you go to the biggest heaven and the most wired heaven.
You know what I heard is that like Gen A is having trouble with like literacy and more specifically like how to type on a computer and stuff and how to like use a search engine because they're so used to apps on phones and tablets that they're like not they don't know how to use they have to be taught how to use a computer.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
There was no babies in Catholic heaven? Swayze was livid?
I'm glad he was.
That's true. All the babies in Catholic heaven have to be in limbo instead of Catholic heaven. I refuse to drink unpasteurized milk because I fear divine retribution. Really? You think God punishes people for drinking unpasteurized milk? I don't think so. Well, I'm guessing we're just a minute or two away from turning off the fire on that rice and letting it sit there. Not related. How would one type of person with dissociative personality disorder? I've never heard of dissociative personality disorder before.
I didn't know that it was like
Let me
a
Google it.
disorder. I dissociate, but I don't mind it.
What do you mean you dissociate?
Like oh, never mind. I don't have anything to do with that.
This is multiple personality disorder. Usually a reaction to trauma is a way to help a person avoid bad memories. Dissociative identity disorder is characterized by the presence of two or more distinct personality identities. Each of them may have a unique name, personal history, and characteristics. Treatment is talk therapy.
I have an issue.
Okay, what's your issue?
All of my artists that I chose are male.
Well, do you want to pick a female artist? Who do you got in mind? All right, thanks, Pastor Dean. You too. Good luck with your ministry. I'm not really a pastor, of course. I just call myself archpastor of the Mia Church. I am a Christian, though. All right, now we're going to let that sit for 5 minutes.
I would pick Katy Perry, probably.
Katy Perry's a good choice. It's a tough question to ask.
Isn't
you know?
it
I mean, tough question to answer. I mean, it's an easy question to ask. It's a tough question to answer.
Yeah, it is a tough question to answer.
James Day, stop. Okay? That's horrible. She's a beginner. Maybe don't fuck her in the ass. How about that?
That's a really good. Actually, I support that statement 100%. It's probably so freaking cute. I have him at the bottom of my list.
What happened to number 4?
4 is Weezer. I just haven't gotten to 2 yet.
Oh, okay. What do I think about dissociative personality disorder? I think it's I mean, they aren't really personalities, right? They use that term, but those characters that somebody plays for stretches of time are just that, really. They're characters, they're not personalities per se. Clara Schumann is a good female musician composer, a bit too cheery sounding for my tastes, but still nice. How do you feel about the new Beatles track? I haven't listened to it.
Me neither.
Rachel hasn't either. I think it's ridiculous.
I'm avoiding it.
I think it's ridiculous that there would be a new Beatles track. It's insane, right?
Isn't it like AI?
Or
or just like an unreleased song?
I think they may have. They don't like using personalities. They prefer them labeled as alters or as other people entirely. Huh. Well, I don't know. I'm assuming that the reason Elaine asked about it was because, I mean, runs afoul of the central tenet of personality theory, which is that personality is some quality of the self that remains the same throughout one's entire life and that defines who one is, you know? That you cannot have more than one personality. So, I mean, I think that the two things don't conflict because they shouldn't be called personalities. All right, so our rice is just about done. And that means we are, I didn't see your response to James Day. Maybe Google got fussy with it, you know. Okay, so we've got important business over here at the stove. And our important business involves this pan right here. This is going to work better as a fried rice fryer than that big pot will. So let's put this here.
Oh my god, that's so sad.
Okay, looking good. Looking good like some good rice should. All right. Now what we want to do is get some soy sauce. Premium soy sauce it says, but it was reduced to just 99 cents. So maybe it wasn't that premium after all. This soy sauce is soy sauce my father bought. So perhaps this meal will be infused with the spirits of the dead. Alright, you might want to put a little oil down in the pan. You don't really have to. If you got a no-stick pan like this. Rice is looking good. Perhaps a little wet still. But that's fine because we're going to be making fried rice out of it. And that'll dry it out.
It looks delicious.
Thanks. And as you see here, 1 cup of rice is sufficient amount of rice for 2 people, assuming you're eating something other than just rice. Okay. Now we'll put this pot into the sink and fill it up with water.
Someone put, "You're being too serious. It's time to open up your clown chakra."
Good point.
what's happening next?
So now we're frying the rice to make fried rice. In order to fry the rice, we're going to need to put a little bit of soy sauce in here. As per me. That should be enough to start us off.
Yeah.
Maybe enough in total, we'll see. We may need a little bit more, but better to start with too little and work your way up than to start with too much and have nowhere to go.
So my mom says good to eat.
Yeah, it is good to eat. Alright, that pot is now filled up. We're just going to fry this rice up with a regular amount of periodic stirring of things. Let it fry a little bit. Then we'll let it stir a little bit. Fry and stir, stir and fry. These are the two components of making fried rice. Don't worry, everybody. She's just coughing because she has tuberculosis, not because she's smoking.
Do you think the doctors will save me?
I hope so. I'm just glad you don't have typhoid fever.
Me too.
I would say this rice is coming together nicely, but it is perhaps a little sticky still. I want to fry out a little bit more of the stickiness to it. I'm not sure if it's seasoned enough or not. I'd say it needs more soy sauce. Not an unexpected development. As you can see, it takes a little while to fry up. You want it to get a little bit of golden brown from the cooking on it, you know. I'm starting to get that a little bit. But it's by no means an instantaneous process. We're getting there. We are getting there. As sure as Gretchen has hair, we are getting there. Okay. Now this might need a little bit more soy sauce on it.
I love soy sauce, so it's like almost hardly ever too much for me.
I'm gonna just, I think, having thought more about it, having talked to you about it, I think I'm just gonna put the rice in one bowl and the meat in another bowl. And you can decide if we want to mix them together or not.
I like your idea of putting it on the meat on top, right? That was what you're thinking.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking, but now I'm having second thoughts about it.
Why?
Well, because I'm not sure the flavors really mix that well. The flavors of pot roast and soy sauce fried rice.
I like it. I'm gonna put it on it.
All right, cool. All right, then. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's put the meat right on top of it. But I think I'll put a little bit more soy sauce on each one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like a lot of soy sauce, too.
Cool. That's because you're my soulmate.
All right, that one's yours. It has a little more soy sauce on it.
Oh, I should definitely wipe it.
And then get some meat from over here. Wow, this really cooked down a lot just today. Look at that.
Wow.
Here, let's show the people. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So this pot roast really, it was a lot of juice earlier, but now it's really cooked down a lot.
Asian American fusion.
And what we'll do is we'll just put some of this beef right on top of there like this.
I have like half the size of that.
Sure.
I'll just take one out.
Yeah, you just take your own. It's a good idea. All right, here you go. This is
Thank
yours.
you.
So now we're gonna try this food here and see how it goes. That was quicker than anticipated. Well, that's because the pot roast was already made, right? So all I had to do was make rice, fry it up. Not that big of a task. Under an hour for sure for simply fried rice. I'm really starting to enjoy cooking. But get in here.
You're so good at it. Honestly, like, I love your cooking.
Thanks, darling.
You're welcome.
So earlier, this meat needed some more salt on it. It's coalesced some since then. Probably cooked down into some more flavor, but it still may need some salt on it. Yep, it does. The fried rice, though, is delicious.
I fully
So instead of putting salt on my meat, I'm going to just put a little bit more soy sauce here.
Can you? Oh my gosh, I would love some too.
Mhm.
I should get more coffee.
All right. Now let's try this delicious food. See how good it is. A little soy sauce on the meat. Mmm. It's a real taste sensation. It's rice,
Mmm.
fried rice, and meat from the pot roast. Rachel got a lot of vegetables too, but I didn't get any vegetables. She got a lot of potatoes and carrots and stuff.
I'm thinking about my fiber.
Well, it does help you poop.
The rice is delish.
Thanks, Jordan.
You're welcome. The meat is so good too. No, he knows that. No Sage. He already knows that.
I do know that. But the thing is, I had good pooping today, so I'm kind of throwing caution to the wind. Here you go. There. Eat that. I like to get my vegetables in the form of salad.
You want me to make you salad?
No. Not really. Not right now, but. Well, actually, I had more poops after that stream, so. I had an even better pooping day than you thought.
Oh.
This is the flavor of culinary triumph.
It is.
Have I ever made sauerkraut? No. Yeah, I made the food. I'm the cooker around here, you know. Rachel cooks occasionally. Like, she'll make things for me. She'll make the salad.
I don't really. I microwave the stuff.
She makes cup of noodles.
Yeah, like if I'm hungry, I'll make something for Eric too. But I'm very like snacky instead of like cookie.
Well, there are a couple things that have come to be basically Rachel's responsibility to make. and that salad and cup of noodles. So if I want a salad or a cup of noodles, I usually ask Rachel to make it for me.
I'm pros at those two things.
But mostly we don't cook.
Yeah, we don't.
Mostly we eat frozen dinners from the freezer.
I appreciate that like you cook and don't like expect me to be.
The only time and reason I cook is when it seems cozy and like I'm also gonna live stream it like right now. Otherwise, I'm not that into cooking. Cooking while live streaming is fun because you can pretend you're doing a cooking show and explain things.
So I was thinking that you were doing a cooking show. I like it. It's like when you were like pruning the
The weed plant.
yeah. It was quite enjoyable.
Well, one of the nice things about rice is like 1 cup of rice is exactly enough for 2 meals.
That is nice.
Makes it convenient to cook the right amount of it. Pasta, you kind of got to eyeball it.
I can make pasta. I could make pasta one night. I'm pretty good at making pasta.
Cool. I'm talking about quantity. It's like rice because you measure it as 1 cup.
I always make the whole
You make the whole
well,
package.
not the whole. No, not. It depends on what noodles. If it's spaghetti, I make the whole thing.
Yeah, I've heard that joke before. Rice is good when you're hungry and want to eat 2,000 or something. What I like is that ricing is a thing that you do to other things too. In other words, you turn whatever other food you want to turn into the equivalent of little races into that, and it's called racing something. So, like, you could rice broccoli, it would mean making it into little pieces, little sizes of like rice sized pieces. It's part of my general plan to both try to both rice and devil something. Exactly, no sage. You can rice broccoli, but you can't broccoli rice.
When I worked at Trader Joe's, rice broccoli was very popular.
Riced broccoli?
Yeah. Anything riced.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think made it so popular?
Because people like to make stir fries, and it makes it's an easy step. They don't have to cut it.
I see. All this talk is making me want to have some broccoli now. Hi, Emily. Fried rice has a good texture, Because then, if you cook, in my opinion, if you cook rice correctly, it's going to start out a little on the sticky side. Like today, maybe I should have let it go 21 minutes, or maybe had my low flame a little bit higher, or maybe let it come to a full boil for a minute longer or something. Those questions are tricky ones, and they cause the making of rice to be more of an art and less of a science than you perhaps like it to be. It is now waning. Oh, beautiful wane, falling from the sky, landing on my head. Oh, why, oh, why. Oh, beautiful wane. That's my poem. I call it Oh, Beautiful Wane. I tell you what, let's switch things up a bit. Let's mix it up. Let's stir it up like Bob Marley instructed us to do. And let's go stand over here. I will tell you, it is notably colder over here than it was over there. Simply because this is more open. Over there is blocked by the garage. There you go. There's a sight of some wintry storms. Brr. It is quite a bit colder over here. It's crazy. Just from over here to over there. Uh-oh. I'll be right back. We don't want to look at the trash cans, Eric. Okay, fine. Look this way. There. Is that nicer? That way you don't have to look at the trash cans. There's a saying I heard it about 10 years ago, so let's update it. That if you pack a pack of health tubes like I just did, means you're over 50. I don't usually pack them. Sometimes I do. Just for kicks. Just for shits and giggles. I heard it from a lady at a convenience store when she saw me packing my cigarettes. She said, "Hey, darling,
Hi, handsome.
it's pretty cold over here."
Yeah, I thought it would be good to wear my big coat. Because I'm a baby when it comes to weather.
Baby, come back. I'm a meow, meow, meow. Isn't it a lot colder right here than it is over there? Go stand over there for a second, and then come stand over here.
There's like wind in that corner.
Over there?
No,
Over
right
here. Yeah, right? It's like at least 5 degrees colder over here.
I should really work it.
You should, and you're doing a great job of it.
Thanks.
Is that called the thug shake?
Oh, that should be that's my version of the thug shake.
Alright, I'll tell you what, let's go over here. And you guys can look over this way. And you'll have a better view.
I feel like I'm in like Washington
I know, isn't that a lovely view?
and it is.
It looks like a path that just extends somewhere. Makes you want to walk down that path, right?
Yeah, it does.
Times are hard, you're afraid to pay the fee. So you find yourself somebody who can do the job for free. Like a in a medieval game. I see terrible trouble, but I stay here just the same. I'm a fool to do your dirty work. Oh yeah, boom buddy. I'm a fool to do your dirty work. Oh no, boom buddy. I'm a fool to do your dirty work. Meow meow doo doo buddy. That's a good song. I don't know what made me think of that song right now.
Who's your top 5 all-time bands?
Oh gosh, that's a tough one.
It is a tough one.
Obviously you got to put the Beatles in there.
That's good. It's one. I mean, you would put Johnny on there.
Oh yeah, I put Johnny on
Johnny.
there
So that's 2.
too. I might have to put Steely Dan / Donald Fagen on there.
Yeah, and I agree with / Donald Fagen. I would accept that. So 2 more.
Well, it's not like I listen to them a lot right anymore, but they might be giants.
Yeah.
Would probably make the list.
Yeah,
They'd
for
probably make the
sure.
list. I know
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
them.
You're a big fan of theirs.
I don't know. Number 5 seems like it needs some hip hop, but
Yeah, it does need some hip hop.
I want to combine like Dr. Dre
And
and Eminem.
I would allow for it.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
All right, now we're ready to go back inside the house, where it's considerably warmer. Inside the house, it's a steady 68 degrees. Outside, I don't know what temperature it is. Let's see. 40, yeah. It's 40 meow outside. All right. Thanks, Philippe Vibranic. Thanks, Luke Sage. Yeah, we live pretty well out in nature. You know, we got houses near us and stuff, but we live here at the at the nook and cranny between the Sierra National Forest and the Yosemite National Forest, which is a lovely place to live. I think we're both very pleased with living here, right,
Yeah.
Rachel? Yeah.
Very pleased. It's lovely. It's what I needed, but I didn't know I needed it.
Yeah, I'm happy for both of us that we're in this wonderful situation. It wasn't always this way, for most until like the last like year and a month or so. It wasn't like this at all. We just moved here a year ago.
Yep.
Hey, skincare. I'm not smoking. I'm using health tubes.
I'm gonna use my health tube.
All right. Well, let me.
You.
Yeah. Okay. Health Tube 2.0 accomplished. And we're going to mute him out. No, Caroline, you're taking that song way too literally. The dirty work that she wants him to do is to have sex with her while her man's away. While your man is out of town. Oh, never mind, you're homeless. No, I'm not homeless. But thanks for playing. So, I live in Mariposa County in California, which is where Yosemite is. So, we live very close to Yosemite National Forest, but not to an entrance to it, right? And we live right up against the Sierra National Forest as well. So there are roads that go into the wilderness right near our house, and we have a little wilderness car that we can drive into the wilderness with. It's pretty cool. We don't use it that often, but it's great when we've got visitors or something. We can take them out into the woods. I mean, the parts around here aren't necessarily heavily wooded right now because there was a big fire the year before we came here, which is part of the reason why we were able to get a good deal on this house, and it's a very light density population, low density population county. We don't even have a single stoplight in the county, so that's pretty nice.
It's nice, and I hold Eric's hand when we cross the street. Usually, sometimes, not all the times, but cause like
depends if I'm paying attention or not.
Hi, Luminix.
Yeah, it's pretty nice, Philippe Vibronic. It's pretty sweet. On days like today where it gets real cozy, I just like to make some food, do a little live streaming like this. Then, I can't believe it's only going to be 5 o'clock.
Right?
I'm already thinking about bedtime.
It feels like that though. After you have a hearty meal like that, it's so cozy in here.
Yeah. During this first year, we've endured many power outages out here, but I suspect that is increasingly going to be a thing of the past because the power company over the course of the last year has also been burying the power lines so that we don't have so many power outages. And if we do have power outage, we have a generator that plugs in to turn on the electricity in the kitchen and a couple other spots. And then we also have these propane, like fake fireplace propane things that work without electricity in case we have an extended power outage, which we did last year. We arrived just in time for some of the like most craziest snowfall in the county's history. So
Yeah. We've had some experiences.
yeah, it's been kind of a crazy year. Hello, Winston's mom.
Hi, Winston's mom.
How are you? Very good to see you. I hear you're made mostly out of cheese. Is it true? Or are just people spreading positive rumors? So, okay, we finished the rice. We did a good job of making food and eating it. I'm not quite ready to be done live streaming, but I might not be streaming for a million hours more or anything, you know. You just dosed Moochin for fleas, and now she is very mad at me. You know what? One of the best, like, underappreciated advantages of living where we live is the elevation is too high for fleas. Even though we only live at 4,000 feet, a little above that maybe, um, the cats get no fleas. They have no fleas because fleas require richly oxygenated blood, I guess. This is the explanation I've heard from somebody before. But it's crazy. Since we've been here, they've not had a single flea. Fleas just can't survive, I guess. What you're hearing there is water coming down the rain gutter. It drains out. There's a tube somewhere down on this hill that it drains out onto. All the rain gutters go underground like this, which is pretty smart. You have to have some foresight to set that up. You are a Bigfoot? Welcome, Bigfoot. Oh, you saw a Bigfoot. Oh. Well, yeah, let's keep an eye out for a Bigfoot. Okay? I'm hopeful. Maybe there'll be a Bigfoot down there by the shed. I'm going to stand behind the camera. And enjoy the winteriness. Although the serious rains aren't supposed to start until tomorrow afternoon. At the moment we're just getting sprinkles. I've thought about having a Sasquatch. I haven't thought about using that term though, KM. So I appreciate that, but I thought about having a Sasquatch watch live stream run during the night. Just have the camera out here, have some sort of light illuminating this area. Maybe turn on this light over here, and just leave it running all night. And for people to let me know if they see a Sasquatch. I wonder if I could get like infrared camera app for my phone to make it night vision. Wouldn't that be cool if your phone could switch to night vision? Oops, I forgot. I suggest that you read the Quran, but I don't want to read the Quran. I suggest that you read the Quran, but I don't want to read the Quran. No, I don't want to read the Quran. So you can take your Quran and be gone. I suggest you read my butthole. The Naikas is here. I like all kinds. Even goat cheese is great. But I use a lot of cheddar with cooking and sharp when eating cheese wedges. Wow. Good for you. They should have that as a feature. I take a lot of films at night, so I should be able to see what's going on. I'm perfectly suited for Sasquatching, but it'll just be all pitch dark if I just leave it on all night. I could plug it in out here and leave it on all night, Everyone will be like, where's the Sasquatch? And then I'd be all like, I don't even know. We presume, of course, that Sasquatches are nocturnal. I think that's fair to assume. Primarily, at least, nocturnal. What do you think Sasquatches eat at night? I don't know. I gotta turn on that Riz, that's right. Hey, Bigfoot. Is your foot the only thing about you that's big? That's called classic grade A Riz right there. That's some top-notch Riz. Oops. Sasquatches is just a bunch of skibbity bombaclats anyway. Everybody knows that. I hope people recognize that I updated and corrected my pronunciation of skibbity. It's not skibbity, it's skibbity. Okay? So make sure you don't make that same mistake I made. Or you'll have to deal with the shame and sense of abject failure that I'm now currently enduring. I'm gonna put this trash in this ashtray here. Little cigarette plastic. There. Alright, now it's time to go back inside. I'll throw this bottle away as well. Not really sure what there is to watch on TV tonight. I'm probably running out of gas here on the live stream, so I'll wrap this up and maybe we'll catch a hockey game or something. Rachel and I both seem to enjoy watching hockey. Even if it's not like between teams and an important game or whatever. It's a good game to watch. Fast paced, it doesn't it's not so stop and start as other sports.
It's fun watching hockey with you. And it's like fun to watch the Sharks because they're like, like kind of funny.
Right. Well, they don't have much of a chance, but they're kind of fun. Pistachio brulee.
Yeah, I'm asking them if I should use Silver Moon or pistachio brulee.
What are they? Are they perfumes?
Yeah.
Well, I think we got to go for the pistachio brulee.
We got a second for pistachio brulee.
Is that a new one? I don't think I've smelled that one before.
No, you haven't.
Well, let's try it then. Any Finns playing this evening? Hockey is riddled with Finns. Probably. I'm not sure if there are any Finns on the San Jose Sharks or not. I'll look on ESPN and see what the evening has in store for us in terms of sports. Got some college basketball. Kentucky's playing Auburn. Looks like a pretty interesting game. Auburn's losing by 7 points at the moment, but they're the higher ranked team. In terms of the women, not much going on tonight. Arizona's playing at 6:30, but it's not on TV. In terms of hockey, well, Washington is currently playing Montreal. Starting right now is the Flyers versus the Devils. That might be a good game.
Yeah. Wow, Devils are having a season. So's Philly.
Philly's
Jeez,
really
they're
having a
really
season.
good.
Yeah. So maybe Rachel and I will watch that hockey game. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for being here. I hope you enjoyed our rice as much as I did. I like it. It's a good one.
Pistachio brulee, Caroline. It's like $25 on Amazon. I recommend it, and I think you should treat yourself.
Yeah, treat yourself to some pistachio brulee, everybody, and have a great evening.